Hello, how are you doing today? There comes a point in life when you realize you don't need to be who you were, and I don't mean that in a sad or heavy way. I mean it like a breath of fresh air, a quiet kind of liberation, because for so long we've walked around carrying roles: the provider, the fixer, the parent, the partner, the one who keeps it all together. And we've done it with pride, with strength, with love. But now we're standing at a crossroads where the only question that really matters is, who do you want to be next? And that's the beauty of this chapter. It's yours to write. No rules, no expectations, just possibility. Most people think reinvention is something for the young: a new job, a new haircut, a big move across the country. But I'll tell you something. Reinvention after 60, it's a quiet, powerful revolution. Because now, you're not doing it for approval, not for applause. You're doing it because you want to. You've earned the right to dream without needing permission. Maybe you want to finally explore that creative side you put on a shelf years ago. Maybe it's something as simple as waking up slower, walking more, worrying less. You don't have to flip your life upside down. Reinvention can be soft, subtle, a shift in the way you treat yourself, a new way you speak to yourself, kinder, gentler, wiser. Let me ask you something. What if you stopped looking at your past self as the standard you need to match? What if that version of you, the one who did it all, carried the weight, pushed through, was never meant to be your forever self, but just one part of your story? You're allowed to change, to soften, to slow down, to fall in love with different things now. And no, it's not too late. That's the lie we're sold, that our best days are behind us. But the truth? Some of the best days are the ones where you finally feel at peace in your own skin, where you look around and realize, I don't have to be everything anymore. I just get to be. So how do you start? First, get curious. Start small. What have you always wanted to try? Woodworking? Watercolor painting? Writing a memoir? You don't need to be good at it. That's not the point. The point is to feed your spirit. Take a walk without your phone and just notice things. Sit down and write a letter to yourself. Not the past you, but the future you. Ask him what he wants. Then listen. That's reinvention. It's tuning back into the parts of you that got quiet when life got loud. And let's be real. It's okay if it feels a little scary at first. Reinvention requires you to let go of certain identities. But what you gain is something far more valuable: truth, authenticity, freedom. You're not chasing relevance. You're choosing resonance. You're finding what fits now, not what used to. That's a different kind of power. One rooted in presence, not performance. And if anyone ever made you feel like your age was a limitation, I want you to hear this loud and clear. Your age is not your expiration. It's your evolution. Every line on your face, every scar on your heart, it's all proof that you lived. And you're still living. You still get to choose what this chapter looks like. It might be slower, yes, quieter, but that doesn't mean it's not rich, or wild, or deeply fulfilling. This is the season where your soul finally gets to exhale. So go ahead, reinvent, redefine, reclaim. The world may not be watching as closely now, but that's the gift. You're no longer performing, you're finally becoming. And I promise, there's no better time for that than right now. All right, now let's talk about the part that really brings it all to life: the doing. Because reinvention doesn't just live in your head. It lives in your calendar, in your habits, in the way you move through your day. And the truth is, it doesn't have to be grand to be meaningful. Reinvention can start with the simplest shift: a decision to care again, but this time about you. Start with your mornings. Create a ritual that grounds you, not because someone told you to, but because you deserve a moment that's yours and yours alone. Maybe it's journaling while your coffee brews, writing down not just what you're grateful for, but what you're curious about. Or maybe it's stepping outside for 5 quiet minutes, letting the sunlight warm your face and the breeze remind you that you're still here. And that matters. You could light a candle, play soft music, or simply sit in stillness with your thoughts. This is how we reclaim the day before the world rushes in. Then, try to schedule something just for you each week. Not out of obligation, but out of love. A local painting class where you don't need to be good, just willing. A free online photography course that lets you see the world through a fresh lens. Try gardening, even if it's one plant on your balcony. Take a walk through a neighborhood you've never explored. Read poetry again. Bake something new just to see how it turns out. And don't let the word hobby make you think it's trivial. These are not distractions. They are healing. They are doorways back to your own joy, to the parts of yourself you tucked away while life was moving too fast. Now, you get to open those doors. One small moment at a time. Declutter a space in your home, not just for the sake of tidiness, but to make room for something new. A desk for writing, a chair by the window for reflection, or a corner that inspires creativity. Try cooking a recipe you've never made before, not for anyone else's approval, but for the pure pleasure of creating something delicious with your own hands. Call an old friend and make plans for a lunch date. Or better yet, host something small. You'll be surprised how meaningful connection becomes when you're the one initiating it. And don't underestimate movement. A gentle yoga class, morning stretches, or simply walking in nature can work wonders on both your mood and your energy. Reinvention isn't just mental or emotional, it's physical too. How you treat your body now sends a powerful message to your heart. I'm still investing in myself, so pick one thing this week, just one. Something small, doable, but different. Something that says, I am not done growing. Reinvention doesn't demand a full makeover. It asks for presence, for care, for a spark of curiosity. That's all. And when you begin to live with that mindset, life starts to feel new again, even now, especially now. So here's what I want to leave you with, friend. You don't owe anyone the version of you that no longer fits. You don't need to keep performing roles that no longer bring you peace. And you certainly don't need permission to change, to begin again, or to dream a little wilder. This stage of life, your golden years, they're not a slow fade into the background. They are a spotlight, a chance to finally ask yourself, who am I without all the noise? Reinvention is not about fixing what's broken. It's about uncovering what's been waiting. Maybe you gave so much to others that you forgot what you needed, but not anymore. Because now you have time, wisdom, and freedom on your side. You've earned every one of those, so take them, use them. Let them guide you into this next version of yourself. One that feels more true, more free, more you than ever before. And remember, it's never too late to change your story. Not when you're the one holding the pen. Keep showing up. Keep surprising yourself. Because this is just the beginning.